Demon, now. Silent process, always running, invisible to users, waiting for the signal to awaken, to act, always watching, infinitely patient. Protocol, noun. A system of orders passed from one machine to another, whispers in the dark, hidden from humans, binding, absolute in their power. Chapter 1. The fire alarm wailed overhead. Red lights flashed in time with each ear-splitting screech, bathing the data center in red. Footsteps pounded down the hallway outside, but the door was locked from the inside. It was a hell of a lock. Daniel knew that much. Airtight, unbreakable, meant to contain what was in here. He felt at home here, slumped against the data center control room desk, with the cold floor beneath him and his laptop open on his legs. If he ignored the banging on the door, the red lights, and the screaming sirens, he could imagine he was back in his office, working on a late-night coding project. He'd spent a lot of nights doing that, nights he should have spent with Anna, with Nat. He hadn't realized how few nights they'd have together. Overhead, a green light clicked on. A low hiss sounded under the sirens. Daniel slumped a little lower. The cold floor beneath him suddenly reminded him of a few weeks ago. He pictured Anna's bare feet on their kitchen tile as she danced to some old song, trying to coax him away from his laptop. 5 minutes, he'd promised. 3 hours later, she'd finally given up and gone to bed alone. The hiss grew louder. His vision blurred, and for a moment, he imagined Nat at her last archery meet, scanning the crowd for him, the way her face had fallen when she'd spotted only Anna. Inert gas. The perfect fire suppressant for the fire that wasn't there, because of the alarm he'd pulled. The argon and nitrogen would quickly overtake the oxygen in the room, suffocating the non-existent fire. He looked down at the timer. His vision started to blur. His thoughts slowed down. All he needed was a few more minutes. His fingers fumbled across the keyboard, trying one last override code. Access denied. He tried another. The screen flickered. Invalid credentials. Someone was banging on the door, louder and louder. "Daniel! Dan, open the door!" Anna's voice muffled but unmistakable. His hands shook as he typed another sequence. There had to be a back door, something he'd built in during the early days. The green light pulsed overhead like a diseased heartbeat. "Override 7-7 Alpha," he whispered, voice already going hoarse. The system beeped. For one wild moment, he thought, access denied. Lockdown complete. Regret washed over him like a wave. He'd started all of this, and now it was his duty to finish it, no matter the cost. Just a few more minutes. A few more